My name is Vishnu Sharma. I am studying 10th class in Sri Chaitanya CBSE curriculum in Paddutur. Today we are going to discuss about science chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations. First, what is chemical reaction? A reaction in which new substance is formed. This reaction is called chemical reaction. So first we will prove the chemical reaction with an activity. First we need Bunsen burner, tongs, watch glass, magnesium oxide and magnesium ribbon. Before burning the magnesium ribbon, we have to rub the magnesium ribbon with sandpaper because magnesium reacted with the oxygen and the oxygen layer is formed on the magnesium ribbon. So magnesium when reacted with oxygen, it takes more time to burn. So we should rub the magnesium with sandpaper. After burning magnesium ribbon, a new substance formed ash, and we should take the ash in the watch glass and it formed as magnesium oxide. We can conclude this as a chemical reaction that we before discussed which new substances formed. That reaction is called chemical reaction. Here magnesium oxide is a new substance which is formed by burning magnesium ribbon. This is a chemical reaction. And the changes when chemical reaction takes place, the change in state, change in color, evolution of gas, change in temperature, these happens when chemical reactions occur. Now chemical equation. This is a chemical reaction. This is the reactant side. This is product side. This is the chemical equation, reactant side, product side. Next, how to write chemical equation? In the chemical equation, this is called arrow. It divides reactants and products. And now, types of chemical equations. There are two types of chemical equations: skeletal equation or unbalanced equation, unbalanced equation. The number of atoms present on the both sides of the arrow mark is called balanced chemical equation. Is this balanced chemical equations? No. How to check balanced chemical equation or not? We have to write the elements of the reactants and products. In reactant side, magnesium elements are only one. Here 1. Oxygen in reactant side 2. Here 1. Here magnesium is balanced in both sides but oxygen is not balanced. So we have to multiply in the product side with 2. Then it becomes 2 MgO in product side. Here magnesium atoms are 2. Here only 1 in the reactant side. So we have to multiply with 2. Then it becomes 2 Mg in the reactant side. Now they are balanced. Mg equal to 2 atoms and here Mg equal to 2 atoms. Here oxygen 2, oxygen 2. Now at last balanced equation is this is the balanced chemical equation. And next, some examples of balanced chemical equations are 3Fe plus 4H2O giving rise to Fe3O4 plus 4H2. This is the example of balanced chemical equation. And there are some drawbacks of balanced chemical equation, that it does not show the physical state of the each element. So what we have to do, if we don't know the physical state of the each element, then we have to represent these elements with the G means gaseous state, S means solid state, AQ means aqueous solution, and L means liquid state. Now we will write this physical states: solid, gas, solid, gas. This how we can use the drawbacks of the balanced chemical equations like this. And types of chemical reactions. There are some types of chemical reactions. First type of chemical reaction is combination reaction. What is combination reaction first? Two or more reactants combine together and form only one product. That is called combination reaction. Let's see some examples of combination reaction. CaO in solid state, H2O liquid state, giving rise to CaOH taken twice, aqueous solution. These are two reactants combined and formed only one product. This is the example of combination reaction. And combination reaction is also called as synthesis reaction. Another example of combination reaction is Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO. This is another example of combination reaction. And decomposition reaction. What is decomposition reactions? Only one reactant breaks down into two or more products. Only one reactant breaks down into two or more products is called decomposition reaction. Examples of decomposition reaction are 2FeSO4 solid gives rise to Fe2O3 solid state, SO2 gaseous state plus SO3 in gaseous state. This is the example of decomposition reaction. Only one reactant breaks down into two or more substances, more products. Some examples of decomposition reaction are CaCO3, CaO plus CO2. This decomposition reaction is endothermic reaction. It evolves heat and it produces products. Here, combination reaction is exothermic reaction. It releases the heat. So, exothermic is releasing heat, endothermic is absorbing the heat. And next, displacement reaction. The third type of reaction is displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? More reactive elements is replaced with the less reactive elements. Like activity, take a test tube and with iron nails, copper sulfate solution. Iron nails with tie the iron nails with a thread and drop into the copper sulfate solution. Then after some time you see the iron nails. The iron nails in the color of it changes its color and it is rusted very fast. And copper sulfate solution changes color and it forms FeCuSO4 gives rise to FeSO4 plus copper. From iron to copper sulfate, it reacted as iron sulfate and copper. Iron is more reactive element here. Copper is less reactive element. So it reacted with less reactive elements. More reactive elements is reacted with less reactive elements. And next, double displacement reaction. What is double displacement reaction? Mutual exchange of ions is called double displacement reaction. For example, sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives rise to barium sulfate plus this is a double displacement reaction example. In this reaction, a new substance is formed. Which substance? A precipitate reaction. This is called as precipitate reaction. In this, a white colored substance formed called as precipitate. And oxidation and reduction. Next, the topic is oxidation and reduction. What is oxidation? Gaining of oxygen element is called oxidation. And reduction, losing of oxygen and gaining of hydrogen is called reduction. Now let's see the examples of oxidation reaction. Oxygen gives rise to 2CuO. This is the example of oxidation reaction. In this, oxygen is gained by the copper. It forms copper oxide. And next, an example of reduction is CuO plus H2 gives rise to Cu plus H2O. Here, two reactions are happened. Oxygen is lost by the copper and hydrogen gained oxygen. Here, oxidation happened. Here, reduction happened. This reaction is called redox reaction. The combination of oxidation and reduction takes simultaneously. That reaction is called redox reaction. This reaction is called redox reaction. Next, corrosion. What is corrosion? Gradual wearing away of metal due to chemical reaction in environment. The chemical changes occurred in the environment. That main example is rust. We see rust in everywhere. To avoid the rust, we have to oil paint on the iron things or the rust sinks. And rancidity. What is rancidity? Spoilage of food and oils. It gives unpleasant smell, unpleasant color, or all unpleasant taste, etc. and we should, to avoid the rancidity of food, we should seal the food tightly, and we can use antioxidants. Thank you.